Greetings, citizens of the galaxy. Welcome to Swtor Gaming.
Who we truly are is defined by our action.
I just want to give everybody an update. I just came back from the New York City Cantina event, and I had lots of fun. It was amazing meeting up with the developers, with Charles Boyd, with Grandpapa Keith, with Musco. Then also meeting, Darren DePaul does the voice of Valkorian, relatively new voice actor is going to do the voice of Arn Parawan, and then talking about their inspirations, things that they use for just to be inspired and get into the character, for the voice actors, of course, and how they got started. I mean, Darren DePaul has a long storied career in acting, so it was great to talk to them about that, and then just talking with the developers and how they create a story and how the creative process just happens, how the beauty of making a whole world out of nothing, you know what I mean? These are the things that excite me, and I'm sure that it has excited lots of fans of Star Wars and excited us as players of the Swtor video game, as we get to create our own paths, more or less, and create our own characters and give them their motivations, things like that. As we play them, everyone has their own light side Sith warrior who used to be a Jedi, of course, different things like that, and it's amazing to be able to do these kind of things, as well as the pleasure for me to create, based off my runs, to create little videos for you guys that you guys can possibly enjoy. So I have a whole bunch of swag I got. We got a t-shirt promoting Onslaught, which is pretty nice. And what I will do is I will have, a possible giveaway, because they give me an extra swag bag, so I'll be able to mail it out to whoever, as long as you're in the States, or maybe Canada. Something where I wouldn't have to play too heavy tariffs, but if you leave a comment, and we'll decide what it's going to be. So I'd ask you to, right this moment, right now, if you're listening to this video, just hit the subscribe button, like on all the videos, and I will be picking a member at random, and I will be sending them a nice little swag bag. We have a Cantina event poster. We have all these things. I got one poster that's signed by all the members, and then unfortunately they made it out to me. If they had signed the other one blank, it would have been great for sending that one out. I got Musco to sign it. I got Charles Boyd to sign it. Got Valkorian and the new voice of Arn Parawan. But it was, like I said, it was all great. It's all positive. There's some people that already come in dressed, coming from the New York City Comicon that's going on this weekend. I, unfortunately, because I was too busy with work, was not even relatively aware. That's how crazy I've been working lately. And I just wanted to give you guys an update. I'm right now working on a Han Solo video. So I will start that. It will be a new playlist. And I know you guys love Revan, so I'm putting my attention back to that. I just have a couple things I have to do, but I can tell you what, in this video I will just give you an update of certain things we talked about. And he had talked about if it were to happen, and one of my favorite Siths, and also from the conversation I had with Charles Boyd, it's also one of his most favorite Siths. But if it were to happen, if that decision were to be made, it would make sense storyline. He has a couple ideas already for Darth Jadis' return. I mean, we both talked about that. I mean, he's like the Uncle Sam for the Sith Empire, the democratization of fear. So highly respected by Valkorian and the Dreadmasters, but they were going to make him another extra. They consider him an honorary Dreadmaster because of his power to radiate fear and death. That's that power emanating from his body, the dark side. So, I mean, as much as I love Lucina, and she's very sneaky and crafty, which is great. I'd actually like to see, it'd be great if we can see something like Lord Zash, and she's gotten so powerful in the dark side, actually, that you see her face like withering away, like you see a little bit of the mask removed. You know what I mean? which would be great just to see Darth Vader possibly come back. And I'm certain things that I thought about. I guess I'm on the right track because we knew a couple things that when we find out from Darth Hex that Lord Scourge would return when he was done erasing kind of all trace of the Emperor. We knew that Darth Jadis would return if you played the Imperial storyline and you chose to be the Hand of Jadis. He returned back to the core worlds. He went into the unknown regions, I believe, and he would return when Valkorian's plans were all finished. So you have Scourge with Kira. Kira is one of the children of the Emperor. So what if Kira is possessed by a little seed of Valkoria? Because, as you remember during the Jedi Knight storyline, you go back to the Grove on Voss, there's still members of the children of the Emperor left. And you didn't kill them. I mean, you could kill some of them, but even then that would still leave Kira, and you'd have to assume that there's still some members left. Because you didn't kill them all in the Jedi Consular storyline. So there's a lot of possibilities for the future of Star Wars: The Old Republic and the future of Star Wars. We talked about the Deshad. Most people don't know exactly what a Deshad is. I think most players would know. That's your Sith Inquisitor companion, Ken Bell. That's his species. The Charles Boy had no idea that it actually had become canon, or maybe he did and he forgot. But according to the Thrawn novel, this is a medium spoiler, but doesn't really spoil anything in the story. The Deshad are canon. They've been canon for probably since Treason came out, basically. And I was so excited, you know what I mean? So the Deshad are canon, and they're from the unknown regions. So that makes all this, everything that we're playing. And then we were talking about how in the new trilogy there's a lot of parallels from all the certain things they've been coming up with when it comes to the lore, the balance of the Force, and stuff that has already come out in Star Wars: The Old Republic, like Nuts' Fallen Empire. We really get into when you're trying to become a vessel that is stronger to defeat Arkin. You can't just be dark side light, so you need to be something greater. Valkorian pushes you to be something greater, and only to become something greater you'll be, spoiler alert for those who haven't finished Kotet or Knights of the Fallen Empire, to be that vessel from which he can extend his immortality, a perfect host for his power. But I honestly just cannot wait to see what is happening next. I also asked about Kashyyyk, and I told him I envisioned, my whole thing when we went to play the original KOTOR, right? You go to Kashyyyk and they talk about the Shadowlands. You learn from Baladar that there's like evil monsters that lurk in the Shadowlands, and I've said that smells of the dark side. Whether there's some kind of dark side entity that you have to go there to help, you're going to help the Wookiees, which would bring that back to canon. Maybe some lore stone, lore objects for Revan's time here, you know what I mean? Those little things that really make the game a little bit more rich. And it was great to see and talk when I was talking to Charles Boyd about how he's a fan of everything, from westerns to samurai movies. I was talking about it's in Japanese, it's called Tasogare Seibe, or Twilight Samurai. Like all these different things that he's really into, and I myself were kind of raised by, and these are the same foundations like this, the sci-fi western, these different epics that made eventually, that inspired George Lucas, from the samurai films to, Flash Gordon, these little series that would inspire him to eventually come up with what finally would be Star Wars. So, seeing that they are inspired by the very same things in order to influence and continue making an authentic Star Wars story that takes place in the Old Republic. So I'm glad we're also getting away from the gods and the machines. I didn't talk to him about that because we were talking with, you know, Elle was obviously not the only person there, and there was a lot of people that wanted to talk to him. But it was just great to talk to other fans as well. I met, I guess, the founder of the Swtor Chronicle group, and we talked about different things that we liked in the game. He had Reverend lightsaber, he had Reverend Mask, traveled all the way from LA, which is pretty cool. You know what I mean? And I haven't been that far away. I'm trying to eventually go. Maybe 1 year I'll go to DC23. Who knows what difference a year or two can make? And this channel hopefully will blow up, and you know, I'll start covering other things. I have pictures and other things like that, but I took with them. But it was overall very, very fun event. We talked about the decision also to bring back HK55, and I always said if it's content, it should be included in the game, and I hopefully there'll be something, a cool title given to all the people who already had it, who went through it, and that they can receive it. I know it's very controversial because most people like to, you know, they did the work, they deserve to have something, so hopefully they get something special, maybe like an HK Flare, which sounds super cool, but at the same token, I guarantee you all of us would want it because that'd be cool, something like that. Or like a title, The Maker. You know, I think that would be a great title. I don't know, you guys comment below and let me know what you think. So basically, we drank. I brought one of my good friends here who's not into Star Wars as much as I am, not into Swtor as much as I am, but he had a good time as well. The burgers were good, we had some food over there. But overall, it was a great time, and looking forward to the new expansion. And the voice actors, like I said, from Valkorian to General Daerun and his couple of Gadalinton, he says he's always happy with what Charles writes for him. So it's very, for a guy who was the voice of power as Emperor Valkorian, it's very great to see how humble and gracious he is. You know, from a guy especially who's had a very, very long career. So, and then also, everyone was so personable. They stopped by and talked to every single person, which was great. You know, they made all the ways around the room, upstairs, downstairs in this bar, and it was just overall very, very enjoyable experience. So, hey guys, I'm trying to rush out content to you. I also work a full-time job, but I'm going to try my best to get a new video out as soon as I can. Right now I'm just cutting up audio for the Han Solo video, and I think you guys will like Solo, a Swtor story, my new video. But stay tuned, man. So before I go, let you guys know, like I talked before, I have a swag bag, an extra swag bag that they sent us home with it at the Cantina event. And I'd like you guys to subscribe to Swtor Gaming. Subscribe, follow me on across all social media. The links will be there below. Make sure you do that. And then we'll have a couple giveaways going on. So stay tuned for that. Make sure you comment on this video as well as the other videos I have in there. Like all my videos, and what I have is also I recorded a little bit of audio from the event, so I expect that you know, you guys will enjoy that. And I have a couple things coming in the works. I'm trying to expand and do other things as well. Movie reviews, because I just saw the Joker, and it's something I've always wanted to get into. I took acting classes. I've done classes in college about studying cinema, so it's very interesting. So I'd like to be able to do that. As far as continue expanding into other things in the Star Wars universe, book reviews, for fans of Star Wars and Swtor and the Old Republic, considering that we're possibly going in that direction, maybe reviewing The Mandalorian. So I have a lot of things and plans I want to do as far as expanding this channel, and as well as continuing to push the boundaries of what I can do with here, and so I need you guys' feedback. So make sure you leave a comment on this video, and like the other videos, subscribe to this channel, Swtor Gaming, as well as like the Facebook group, Swtor Gaming. Join if you guys like video games and Star Wars. Join the STG Star Wars gaming community. It's another thing that's really growing. Answer the 3 questions so we can make sure this is a fun place where we can discuss video games and talk about what we enjoy, as well as follow me on Instagram. Little by little, I'm trying to grow across all social media platforms. So make sure you follow me, and I will send you something. And there'll be one lucky winner who will get an extra Cantina flare exclusively for those who attended the event. So you can hold that over all your friends, and so also follow me on Twitter. Like I said, I will leave all the links for the social media platforms in the space below, in the description below the video. So you have to, in order to qualify for the giveaway, you'll have to follow me across all, and you'll have to leave a comment on this video. And like the other videos that I don't have a lot of them, but at the moment, but I'm continue building more. But leave a comment on what you liked, and anything you'd like to see, particularly if you want to discuss Star Wars. Like I said, I have a page and there's a group where we can just discuss Star Wars, and we can discuss Star Wars gaming. Rise of Skywalker is coming around the corner. We got the Mandalorian coming out next month. So this is something that I think will be great to have a discussion about the Mandalorian, which is also, I got another game series that we have coming out. Alright, so without further ado, here's a little bit of the audio from the Cantina, and may the force of your will further your destiny. Always.
So, the only thing I need to do is one important person here for you. Cindy, my wife Cindy, downstairs. I gotta tell you, 40 years ago, she got married. You know what our good date was? 1977. Ruckus. On next Wednesday, we have all these. And they want you guys to do the introduction to an audience. So if you can just, once you get the phone, what to do, guys, you really must do this happen. Classic key move. That's how we do it. That's how we do it, New York. All right, this one's for real, all right? So give it everything. On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. That's awesome. Thank you guys very much. The team will absolutely love it. I can tell you that anytime we go back to the studio after doing a Cantina, it's the first question we always get asked is, how did the Cantina go? How awesome was it? And when can you send me to one? So you guys always make these events very special for everyone in the studio. So we can't thank you enough for everything that you do. Thank you. Okay, so let's kick this thing off. As many of you probably know, as Keith alluded to, we're barely over 2 weeks from Onslaught launching. So, that's right, you for that. So just to set some expectations, you know pretty much everything we're going to tell you about Onslaught, almost. We might tell you a couple things today, but so don't expect any crazy announcements and no crazy presentation or anything today. Really, I'm wearing a Starfighter shirt right now. So, just to set the expectation, there's nothing crazy today. It's not like a blur show that's going to show up in Cantina as much as we would love that. But, so just to kick it off, just in case you aren't familiar with Onslaught, I'm going to let Charles just give you a quick recap of some of the things that you know about an Onslaught. Is that what you're going to tell them, a thing or two? Maybe a little thing or two? Yeah, that's if you guys want to hear something you don't know about Onslaught. Alright, creative director, please give a round of applause, Charles Boyd.
Thank y'all. Thank you so much for coming out. It's really awesome. I love it. So we do cantinas in a variety of locations and a variety of sizes, and I love this one because this bar is awesome, and it's an awesome place where we get to actually hang out and chat. So yeah, thank you. Thank you to our hosts for having us. Yeah, for anyone who's not super familiar with everything we've talked about with Onslaught, that is our expansion. It is shipping very, very soon. It is going to add 5 new levels, as expansions tend to do. You will gain those 5 new levels while playing through an exciting new storyline that is all Empire versus Republic. Back to the core conflict. So each side has a separate storyline that will take you to some cool planets, including old school favorite Onderon. We've also got a new planet that's totally new to the universe called Mech Shaw. Technically not a planet, it's an asteroid. A highly spinning villain. We've got there's a little bit of Mech Shaw swag here for y'all tonight. And then finally taking us back to a classic Swtor planet on Corellia with a cool flashpoint. Also got a cool operation for all you hardcore ops players. Any ops players here tonight? Is it enough to form a 16-player group? We don't have a Kefis happening exactly, but there's some Kefis-esque activities. And that's on Dexon, which maybe known as the moon of Onderon, and full of cool monsters and crazy stuff. And now home to a Circa experiment. Let's see what else. Oh, hey, there's some new gear stuff going on called Spoils of War. Totally changing our in-game gearing system, hoping to make it, I promise, faster than what you're used to in the past. I know no one believes me, but it's going to be faster. It's going to be more exciting. It's going to have a lot more horizontal progression as opposed to vertical, which is how it's going to do it in the past. So more about customizing it to be the way that you want to play, more about customizing your gameplay with the gear you get. Oh, new species coming, Nautilins. That's coming up. That'll be free for everyone who subs at any point between now and launch. If you are a subscriber at any point between now and then, you will get Nautilins for free. So definitely give that a shot. You enjoy our tentacle friends from Clea and Selma. Oh yeah. All right. So I think I've remembered everything. Y'all can let me know later if I embarrass myself. But I'm going to pass it back to Musco to talk a little bit about all of you and all of your help on the PTS.
Yeah, so one thing that I just want to give a quick shout out to anyone who has taken the time to jump on our public test server or jump on the forums and give us your feedback, even if you haven't had a chance to play it. Hopefully you guys have seen, especially under these two guys' leadership, that we're willing to make massive changes to things when you yell at us and don't like it and you tell us why. We want to make every part of Swtor the best it can be and to be something that you all want to play. And so, like when Charles says something like you're going to gear faster than ever before, if we get to the point that you're playing the game and that's not true, don't take it that we're your enemy and we're lying to you about that. We're telling you that's the goal. So if that's not what's happening, tell us and we'll change it so that that is what's happening. We're in this for it's a good system for everybody. So please keep the feedback coming. I cannot thank all of you enough for all the things that you've done on our PTS. It's been massively successful. It's been running for weeks. Also, Kai Zeigenlog, can we have it for the Kai Zeigenlog? The greatest mount ever. And if any of you are looking at me going, what the hell is that? Just look it up. I promise I just made it today. I'm going to hand it back to Charles, who I think is going to talk about some other things in Onslaught, and then we have some special guests for you guys. All right? And then I'll come back at the end and explain all the free stuff that you guys are going to get. You guys like free stuff? Yeah! Oh, we get it from out of cheer. I'll be back to that.
Since people tend to get me to talk about story, you want to talk about companion characters? So there are still a few left to return. There's one in particular that I know is very special to people, and it's someone very deep in your hearts. It's someone that we were hoping to bring back in 6.0. You won't actually get the character back, but you will see them again. So I'm very excited that you will get to finally spend some more time with Darren Sedrax.
Yeah.
Was there anybody else though that y'all might want to see? I'm only hearing Darren Sedrax. I guess we're good. I don't know. Kira? I heard Scourge earlier too. Y'all want to see Kira and Scourge? It'd be cool if you got them no matter what class you are, at least for a little while. That'd be pretty cool, especially if they showed up in the story and they sing in a mysterious way. So I don't know, maybe that'll happen. That seems like something that could happen. We'll see. I don't like to give spoilers, wink wink, but if you like Kira and Scourge, maybe show up for Onslaught. I think you'll have a good time. Alright, so enough of my ridiculousness. Let's bring out some awesome and actually talented people. The amazing voice actors, some of our amazing voice actors who join us in the game. We have two of them here for you tonight. Returning New York Cantina champion Darren Dathomir, who you probably all know played Dathomir for many years and is now General Dathomir, who you met on Gnosis, and you'll see more in Onslaught. He's also playing a couple of other new and fun characters that he can talk to you about if you catch him here later. Feel free to hit him. Our other guest tonight is an amazing young man named Max Middleman. I don't know if y'all know Max. So Max is playing a new character you'll meet in the expansion. His name is Arn Peralin. He is a cyborg Jedi Padawan. This is actually not Max's first rodeo with Swtor, though. He also played Vin Atrius last year in the Anakin Flashpoint. So we're very, very excited to have Max here, give him a bigger role in the game, so that we can keep going forward. We're pretty fun with it. So anyway,